Now in 4 News Now at 6, an Idaho serial killer is set to be executed by lethal injection tomorrow morning. We are live in Boise with the latest legal moves by Thomas Creech's attorneys to keep him from being put to death.
I am tracking snow making its way into our area. I'll let you know how much we are going to get and what it means for your morning commute in your First Alert forecast.
And bike thefts are on the rise in Spokane. We'll explain what you can do to increase the chances of your bike being recovered if it's stolen. You're watching 4 News Now at 6. Thanks so much for being with us tonight. I'm Derek Dice. At 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, the man convicted of killing 5 people across 3 different states, including 2 men from Lewiston, is set to be executed in Boise. Thomas Creech has been in prison since 1974, making him Idaho's longest-serving death row inmate. Our Jordan Smith is live in Boise tonight with how the state is preparing to execute its first inmate in more than a decade. Jordan.
Well, right now, 73-year-old Thomas Creech is about to be offered his final meal, and then 15 hours from now, he's slated to be executed via lethal injection. Creech and his attorneys have requested the U.S. Supreme Court to step in and put in a last-second motion to stay on his execution in a last-minute effort to be spared. Now, within the last 24 hours, Creech's attorneys filed a stay on his execution and a writ of certiorari to the Supreme Court. That basically means a higher court reviews a lower court's decision. And this comes after Creech's appeal was rejected by both the Idaho Supreme Court and the 9th District Circuit. Creech is the longest-serving death row inmate in Idaho. He's been linked to at least 11 murders and convicted of 5, including 3 here in Idaho. The now 73-year-old has been fighting to avoid capital punishment for more than 43 years, and this is the 12th death warrant he's been issued. Protesters gathered with a petition at the state capitol urging Governor Little to halt this execution. The governor has been firm in his stance from the beginning, saying that justice for Creech is long overdue. And earlier this year, the judge who sentenced Creech back in 1983 has actually reversed his stance on this, saying that issuing the death penalty now would be an act of vengeance. But barring any last-minute stays on this execution, Creech is expected to die tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. here Boise time. Live in Boise tonight, Jordan Smith, 4 News Now.
All right, Jordan, thanks so much. Well, the man accused of murdering 4 University of Idaho students will be back in court tomorrow. Brian Kohberger is accused of stabbing Madison Mogen, Xana Kernodle, Ethan Chapin, and Kaylee Gonsalves in November of 2022. The hearing will center around when and where Brian Kohberger's trial should take place. The state is arguing it should take place over the summer to minimize the impact it will have on Moscow High School, which is right across the street from the courthouse. But that might not be an issue since the defense is asking the judge for a change of venue. According to court documents, Kohberger's lawyers believe an impartial jury cannot be found in Latah County. We will be streaming the hearing tomorrow at 1 o'clock on KXLY.com. You can also watch on your connected TV using the KXLY Plus app. All right, here is a live look over downtown Spokane right now. The skies may be looking clear for now, but the same cannot be said for our nearby passes. In this video, you can already see Snoqualmie Pass has been hit with a decent amount of snow, and it has a lot more on the way. Stevens Pass is closed right now while they do some avalanche control. Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker joins me now. So, Chris, when will we start to see some snow falling here in the valleys?
It is taking its time, and I will say I just checked the pass camera at Snoqualmie. It's gotten a lot worse since that video has shown up. But yes, it is going to slowly make its way into our region later this evening. We are dry right now in downtown Spokane. As Derek mentioned, a very quiet Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena right now, but we do have some light precipitation starting to fall in eastern Washington. Have only been able to confirm that they're seeing some flurries up around Republic. Very little of what is showing up on our radar right now is reaching the ground, and if it is the lightest of snow flurries, but that will not be the case much longer. Here's a look at our forecast radar. Starting up at our current time is not even showing those returns because it is going to take a little while before things reach the ground. Here we are at midnight with snow through the Spokane, Coeur d'Alene area up through North Idaho. More rain as we head south of I-90 in the Columbia Basin with snow to the north. That is going to continue through the first part of the overnight. Here's 7 o'clock. Wednesday morning, and we will have already made the transition to rain in the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area. Surrounding mountains and some of the northern valleys still seeing snow, but most valley locations will transition to to rain from snow by the time we're into the noon hour. That makes measuring the snow very difficult. For example, in Spokane, 1 to 2 inches possible. However, just about as quickly as that snow falls, it is going to begin to melt, especially as we transition back over to rain. More likely, we will hold on to the snow up in some of the northern valleys and the mountains. That is another story altogether. But in your forecast for tonight, we have the chance of some light snow as early as 9 o'clock, but more likely it's going to hold off until closer to midnight, 11 o'clock. But look at our temperatures. 31 degrees at 9, but it'll already start increasing by midnight. And then by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, folks are heading out the door. It's 37 degrees and all rain. It's going to make for an interesting commute, slushy and slick in spots. I will be back with your 7-day forecast, plus let you know what kind of snow is going to be piling up in the mountains. The numbers are big. That's coming up in just a few minutes, Derek.
All right, Chris, thank you. Well, a man is found dead in his apartment on the South Hill. Now, almost a year later, a 19-year-old is being charged in his death. Caleb Hewlings is accused of killing Alvin Gallegos last April. According to court documents, Hewlings had gone to Gallegos' apartment and stabbed him in the side of the neck, collarbone, and head, possibly with a can of spray cheese. Since his body was found, detectives have been working with DNA evidence, cell phone records, and social media postings to present evidence that Hewlings was responsible for the murder. In court documents, witnesses said Gallegos molested Hewlings when he was 16, and that was the motive for the crime. Hewlings was 17 when the murder took place, but faces adult charges under state law. He's being held on $250,000 bond. The Washington bill that would have limited how much landlords could raise rent prices has died in the House. Supporters of the bill argued that limiting rent increase to 7% per year would prevent families from being priced out of their homes. But critics argued it would make the housing crisis worse by driving housing investors away. It's been 6 months since devastating wildfires destroyed nearly everything in the communities of Elk and Medical Lake. FEMA inspectors have boots on the ground now in the impacted areas to inspect damages and determine the need for recovery as part of the Biden administration's disaster declaration. Our Peter Choi explains why one wildfire survivor says this extra help is so needed in these communities.
We first introduced Ryan Krause last August. The wildfire took everything away from his family.
You know, thousands and thousands. You just don't have those things.
As rebuilding his property, a FEMA officer visited him for damage inspection last Sunday.
And when he sat down, took some quick photos of what was still, you know, the burnt pieces of the property.
And the feeling of relief is what Ryan told me today when FEMA officers reach out to him. And he says he's grateful for this extra help.
It gives us the indication that the ball is actually rolling, that it's not just us as a community alone, you know, getting through this, which we've done really, really well.
FEMA's federal coordinating officer, Duke Davis, says over 60 officers are in the area right now.
If there is some documentation that helps us understand the value, the worth, that is helpful in determining your particular claim and figuring out what kind of payouts we might be able to give back to you.
Davis says the FEMA funding will cover things that have not been covered by individual home insurance.
All the other areas that weren't covered in that initial assistance, and we can help out perhaps in some other areas.
For additional support, the Small Business Administration has resources for a loan. The deadline to apply for the FEMA funding is April 20th.
Ever so comforting knowing that, you know, there's some attention being put onto this, and we're going to be okay.
Now, if you need help from FEMA, you can find more information on our website, kxly.com. In Elk, Peter Choi, 4 News Now.
So many need that extra help. Well, still ahead, time is running out for lawmakers to avoid a partial government shutdown. Which agencies would be affected if a deal can't be reached?
It was obvious that she was having a major cardiac event.
Knowing the signs of heart failure could be the difference between life and death. The symptoms to look out for coming up after the break.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV. Save your greed!
Fishing trip hit a snag? Won't stop us. In a Nissan SUV, adventure begins where the road ends.
Drive a Nissan SUV. Get 1.9% financing for 60 months on the 2023 Nissan Rogue.
It's the big kickoff event this month at Northwest Fence, where every year we launch the fencing season with great bargains on fence and automated gate packages. So give us a call to schedule your new chain link, vinyl, or ornamental iron fence. Or maybe you're a do-it-yourselfer looking for materials. Save a little of the cost by shopping early and beating the summer rush during the spring launch at Northwest Fence. Nobody builds them better.
You're feeding it.
I will, I promise. Thanks to our Premier Rewards Visa credit card from ICCU, we earned enough cash back to stock up on puppy supplies.
But we don't have a puppy.
They're very convincing children.
How's this for your perfect family spring break vacation? You driving in an ultra-modern, trendy RV wherever you want to go. This is not your grandmother's RV. So what's better? What's more affordable? Flying or you driving in one of these? Tomorrow, how to save big and have the best spring break on GMA.
I just turned 37 and I found a lump. By the time that I had it checked out and was able to get in and see a doctor and all that, I was at stage 3. Part of the reason I think that I didn't go get it checked out right away is that I was really scared. When I got the call, it was gone. It was such a huge relief. Even if you don't feel that it's in you, that you have a lump or you have a reason to get checked, you are a woman, get checked.
I'm a little over my head here.
We can certainly take care of that for you. When you're looking for a company that's noteworthy, look no further than Mainstream Electric.
Fishing trip hit a snag? Won't stop us. In a Nissan SUV, adventure begins where the road ends.
Drive a Nissan SUV. Get 1.9% financing for 60 months on the 2023 Nissan Rogue.
I heard a loud thump, and I looked over, and it was obvious that she was having a major cardiac event.
That is R.G. Schultz explaining what happened when his wife's heart stopped while they were sleeping. R.G. immediately jumped into action to try to save his wife's life, and he did. She has since recovered and was recognized at the Gonzaga men's basketball game on Saturday. Marissa Rio has the story of her miraculous recovery from a near-death experience.
At every Gonzaga men's basketball home game, a patient with MultiCare's Pulse Heart Institute is honored. The program is called Heart of the Zags, and here is Shelly Schultz walking on the court to be recognized less than a year after her near-death experience, something she wouldn't have been able to do just a few months ago.
Initially had her back arched, her teeth clenched, her eyes, the death eyes that they go wide open.
That's how RG found Shelly after she had fallen out of bed one night in April. She is pacemaker dependent and her pacemaker had stopped working. From past experiences, RG knew the signs of heart failure and jumped into action.
I was going to have to start CPR, so I thought, well, I better get my phone, call 911, because once you start CPR, you don't want to stop.
But by that time, Shelly woke up and he was able to rush her to the hospital himself. Shelly was later told she was born with a gene that predisposes her to heart failure. Because of her doctors and her husband recognizing the signs of heart failure, Shelly is able to live life to the fullest, enjoy the outdoors with her husband, and even cheer on her favorite basketball team. And walking down to center court at the Kennel with hundreds of fans cheering while she was recognized for overcoming her heart battle is a memory Shelly will never forget.
It was electric.
It was. And I have to say, when I was down there on the court, you could feel the energy from the student section. It was awesome.
On your screen are common symptoms of a cardiac arrest, so you too can be prepared if you or your loved one is having a medical emergency. Shelly tells me recovery was rough. Just a few months ago, she wasn't even able to walk from her porch to the end of her driveway. Now that she has a new pacemaker and is feeling much better, she's excited to get back to fishing, riding motorcycles, and taking trips with her family.
Reporting in studio, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
Thank you, Marissa, for that. Wednesday planner, it is going to be windy and wet and slushy to start, from snow coming in overnight, but that'll all be gone by the afternoon with that high of 46 degrees. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast. There's more snow to talk about.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Want free college or career training? It's possible. Go to waggrant.org.
So what do you think about these?
We're going to take everything.
From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,500 off your complete bathroom remodel.
It's time to leap into savings this February at both Cal Superstores in Airway Heights and Coeur d'Alene, as Cal Cars is offering a super deal where you can bring your tax return in and Cal will help match it up to $2,000. Plus, when you come in and take a test drive, you'll qualify to win $250,000 on February 29th. It's the perfect chance to get a new set of wheels for less with a $2,000 tax match this week at Cal.
Introducing Granite Stone Blue, the most durable ultra non-stick cookware at the most affordable price anywhere. They come with vented tempered glass lids and are 100% dishwasher and metal utensil safe. You can get the Granite Stone Blue 12-piece set for just 4 easy payments of $49.95. As a bonus, we'll include our stainless steel steamer and fry set. Plus, you'll get our Granite Stone Blue bakeware set, yours free. Plus, we'll ship your entire order free. That's an incredible 20-piece Granite Stone Blue set. Order now.
RV show pricing continues now at R&R RV in Liberty Lake. Yes, every RV in stock at R&R RV Liberty Lake is show priced. You'll save thousands with rebates and show discounts on Cougar, Rockwood, Montana, Class B vans, and more. Everything show priced. Now at R&R RV in Liberty Lake. Shop online at rnrrv.com or visit R&R RV in Liberty Lake, Eastern Washington's largest RV dealer.
Another great project in the books. The 4 News Now Extreme team, along with Horizon Credit Union and the volunteers, have transformed Women Helping Women's Fund's new office spaces. We couldn't thank them enough. So many volunteers, again, a lot of them, brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
So what do you think about these?
We're going to take everything.
From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,500 off your complete bathroom remodel.
Practiced are my sins, never gonna let me win.
Willie Nelson, along with 2 other music legends, will be playing at One Spokane Stadium this summer. On August 9th, he'll be joined by Bob Dylan and John Mellencamp as part of the Outlaw Music Festival. Tickets for the show go on sale this Friday at 10 a.m. Also, one of the biggest names in comedy will also be making a stop in the Inland Northwest this summer. Andrew Schultz will be performing at the First Interstate Center for the Arts on June 6th. Besides a stand-up act, he's known for his Flagrant podcast and Brilliant Idiots podcast. Tickets for his show go on sale this Friday as well.
Wow.
Yeah. All right, Chris Crocker joins us now, and we've got a lot to talk about here because the passes are already seeing a whole bunch of snow, and it's going to be heading our way soon.
Yes, and it will start as snow, but then it is going to turn to rain down here in the valleys. 4 things to know about your weather. Snow developing later this evening, and then it's going to turn to a rain-snow mix overnight, and then by the morning commute, all rain. But that is going to be a mess as you're heading out the door tomorrow morning. Heavy mountain snow. Past travel for the next 2, possibly 3 days is not advised. And we have gusty winds coming along with this, particularly in the Columbia Basin and up through the Okanagan, where we have a wind advisory with wind gusts up to 55 miles per hour. That goes into effect Wednesday morning and continues through Thursday morning. It's going to be windy throughout the Inland Northwest, but will be below advisory criteria in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. We do have a winter weather weather advisory through tomorrow morning for the areas shaded in purple on your screen for the snow coming in tonight and the slick morning roads that will result. It is a winter storm warning for the area shaded in purple, and that goes through Thursday evening for the heavy snow and difficult pass travel. It's kind of a mess on our forecast radar. I'm starting off at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, and as you can see, most of the valleys of eastern Washington will have already transitioned to rain by 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, with rain and snow falling throughout North Idaho. Warm front coming along with it. That's going to send our snow levels pretty high tomorrow. We're going to get close to 50 degrees in many locations. Here's 4 o'clock tomorrow, but then the strong cold front heading our way, picking up our winds, and that will start dropping our snow levels again on Thursday. Here's Thursday at 8 a.m. and we'll see that rain transitioning back into snow, but it's going to be hit and miss snow showers by Thursday night. A lot of weather, a lot of snow in the mountains. Snoqualmie Pass. Now, this is just through Thursday morning. There's more snow coming through the day on Thursday and into Friday, up to 2 feet in Snoqualmie, well over that at Stevens. 4th of July, 5 to 7, still very inconvenient, and up to a foot of snow through Thursday morning at Lookout from now through Thursday morning, with more during the day Thursday and more on Friday. Now, tomorrow in Spokane, we're back to rain. It's going to be slushy and sloppy. Don't wear your new white tennis shoes. Windy, gusts up to 45 miles per hour. I see them in all the stores, and I'm thinking, when are we going to be able to wear those? 41 in Coeur d'Alene, 39 in Sandpoint, 52 in Lewiston, and 60 in the Tri-Cities. Here's a look at your planning forecast. More rain and windy conditions on Thursday, a high of 42. Cooler Friday with that rain-snow mix, but much more hit and miss. Then we're into snow again on Saturday and Sunday with those highs close to 40. Accumulations will be difficult to measure. Monday, back to a rain-snow mix and just a very busy and active 7-day forecast. Most overnight lows in the 20s, except tomorrow night. 40 degrees. So we are going to be looking at all rain then, Derek.
Okay, Chris, thank you. Still ahead, Bellevue College in Western Washington is closed due to an alleged rapist on campus, where the attacker was allegedly hiding when a woman was attacked. Next on 4 News Now.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Missisquoi Casino Hotel is opening Friday, March 8th. Plus, our 4,000 square foot event center will be available for you to book your future meetings or events. Missisquoi Casino Hotel.
When I was told I had a brain tumor, my life disappeared in a moment. I feared for my future, but even more, I feared for the ones I love. How would they move on without me? But when my doctor told me about the Gamma Knife of Spokane, everything changed. I can get my brain tumor treated in just 1 day and continue living the life I love. Because of Gamma Knife, I have hope.
They say post it or it didn't happen. But out here, in the places we were made for, you'll have to take our word for it. Find somewhere the internet's never been. With the family of Broncos designed to get you there.
Your choice. Get a 2023 Bronco Sport with 0 for 60 or lease for $299 a month only at your local Ford dealer.
It only happens once every 4 years. So this week, Walker's Furniture is celebrating Leap Year with the biggest discounts of the year, where you can get unbeatable savings. Every bedroom set, dining room set, and comfortable sofas or sectionals, where you can take advantage of no-interest financing until next leap year with no money down. But you better hurry to save this big.
Because savings like these only happen every 4 years at Walker's.
I'm worried about the draft. We got some bad zone control, and I'm concerned we're not bringing the heat. Look at this, crossover's off. We've got a weak dribble. We need a solid block, just not enough pressure. What do you think?
I think I'm doing just fine.
What?
Bill's Heating and AC is offering financing as low as 0% for 5 years. Call today.
For all your heating and cooling needs, leave it to the real professionals at Bill's.
Mississauga Casino Hotel is opening Friday, March 8th. Plus, our 4,000 square foot event center will be available for you to book your future meetings or events. Mississauga Casino Hotel.
4 News Now is brought to you by Papa Murphy's.
Around the nation now, a fast-moving wildfire in the Texas Panhandle has already forced a small town to evacuate. Fire officials say it's already burned over 250,000 acres. Governor Abbott also activated additional state emergency resources to support firefighters responding to multiple wildfires. Texas officials say the strong winds are what's allowing this fire to spread so quickly. Well, once again, time is running out for lawmakers on Capitol Hill to avoid a government shutdown. Today, President Biden met with members from both sides of the aisle to try to come up with a deal. CNN's Laura Aguirre breaks down what's preventing a deal from being reached.
We got to figure out how we're going to keep funding the government, which is an important problem.
It was an optimistic start to a potentially contentious meeting at the White House Tuesday. The president, along with 4 top leaders of Congress and the vice president, sat down to find solutions on a stalled government spending agreement.
This Friday, unless both sides act quickly, the federal government will enter a partial shutdown.
A partial shutdown that would immediately impact the departments of Veterans Affairs, Transportation, Housing and Urban Development, Agriculture, and Energy.
Mr. Speaker, is there going to be a government shutdown?
No, we're going to work to prevent that.
That was House Speaker Mike Johnson ahead of the meeting, confident, despite refusing to bring a recently passed Senate foreign aid bill to the floor of his chamber. The Senate bill includes aid for Ukraine, a key sticking point for many Republicans.
I think the consequences of inaction every day in Ukraine are dire.
Leaders emerged from the White House after the meeting with advances made on key points.
The meeting on Ukraine was one of the most intense I have ever encountered in my many meetings in the Oval Office. The 4 of us made it so clear how vital this was to the United States.
We had an open, an honest, and a candid, firm discussion about the border. We all agree that we have a broken immigration system.
We're very optimistic. We believe that we can get to agreement on these issues and prevent a government shutdown.
An agreement they have just over 3 days to reach. I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
Well, Toyota is recalling 381,000 of its Tacoma pickups. The company says the truck's rear axle bolts can get loose and could potentially cause the axle to detach. This recall is for the 2022 and 2023 model years. Owners are being told to take their Tacomas to the nearest dealer to have the rear axle inspected. Around the Northwest, Bellevue College remains closed tonight. The school was shut down following reports of a rapist on campus. According to investigators, a woman said she went into one of the restrooms where a man was waiting inside. She said the attacker held her at knife point and sexually assaulted her. Officers said the woman had cuts on her body and was taken to a hospital. But police now say they've found inconsistencies with the report and the evidence that was found. Detectives hope to release more information over the next few days. Still ahead, WSU football coach Jake Dickert was in studio to break down the 2024 schedule for the Cougs. The games you need to circle on your calendar coming up next in sports.
Ahead on 4 News Now, your missing bike might end up in the facility behind me. Coming up, I'll have more details.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
That was funny. Yeah. That's a sick bike.
Boys.
Miss Sanderson?
See you Monday.
No way.
It's time to get up, get out, and get in a new Honda during Coeur d'Alene Honda's Way to Save event. Coeur d'Alene Honda has your vehicle now in stock with special rates as low as 0% and cash allowances up to $2,300. Specials on all hybrids. Every new Honda and select pre-owned comes with our nationwide lifetime warranty at no extra cost. Appraisers on hand paying 110% of KBB fair trade value. So get up, get in, and save now at Coeur d'Alene Honda's Way to Save event.
Adventure awaits at Silver Mountain Resort this winter. Enjoy some of the best terrain in the region, only 30 minutes east of Coeur d'Alene, right off I-90. Family, friends, and smiles as big as the wide open vistas. Relax in a beautiful condo just a stroll away from dining, water slides, indoor surfing, and 84 degrees. And a gondola ride away from our new covered carpet lift, tubing, and acres of snow rider heaven. Your winter adventure awaits at Silver Mountain. Book today at silvermt.com.
For over 90 years, the McVeigh Brothers family has been installing the very best in roofing, siding, and windows made for the Inland Northwest. Last year, our 6000 Series Coeur d'Alene windows earned the 2024 Energy Star Most Efficient Award, beating some manufacturers by 20%. So this week, we're celebrating by matching your energy rebate up to $10 per square foot with every window sold. At McVeigh Brothers, we're always working for you.
Tempur-Pedic designed the Ergo Pro Smart Base to help you fall asleep more easily. It's the only smart base that features our exclusive Soundscape mode that synchronizes a gentle massage with relaxing sounds to help you drift peacefully off to sleep.
Get a free $300 gift when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
When is the baby coming?
Very, very soon.
Dad, what about yours?
You're gonna... Yeah, okay, well...
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
In just a few months, the streets of Spokane will be flooded with cyclists. But when you take your bike out, you take the risk of it being stolen. Take a look at this. In 2021, 420 bikes were stolen in Spokane. In 2022, that number rose by nearly 100 to 519. And in 2023, more than 600 bikes were stolen, while only 67 of them were recovered. Here's Hunter Bertram with how you can better protect your bike.
Don't leave it in dark places. Don't leave it out in front of the house. Don't leave it out in front of stores unless it's locked up really well.
Bikes are a common sight in Spokane. You may ride one to work, to the park, or the store. But when you are not riding, it becomes a target for theft.
Here at the Spokane Evidence Facility, you can see bike racks in front of me that are quite bare, but just in a few months, there might be a few stolen bikes and those that have been abandoned.
With the upcoming change of the season, Spokane police tell me as soon as bikes come out, criminals begin to prowl. But there are a few ways you can protect your bike.
Well, when you spend so much money on your bike, sometimes, you know, the bikes that get turned in are $50 and sometimes they're $5,000. And people bring those into the cop shops and they haven't been registered.
Community-Oriented Policing Services, COPS for short, is a local nonprofit agency that works closely with police. They tell me one of the biggest issues is when bikes are recovered, they haven't been registered to an owner. COPS tell me it's easy to do this now before you fall victim to theft. Now, if you are unable to do this immediately, there is one other suggestion. Of course, lock your bike, but also track it, because thieves have ways to get around the locks.
A lot of people have been putting Apple AirTags in bikes and around their bikes.
John Amend is the manager of Bike Hub in Spokane. He says customers are welcome to bring in an AirTag and they will work with them to install them securely. The city says it will have more bike racks and new bike lockers arriving in downtown by May. Reporting in Spokane, Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
All right, here is a live look over I-90 right now. The road is all clear for now, but that will soon change as we have some snow on the way. We're going to send it over to Chris Crocker now with a look at that first alert forecast.
That is right. It's not going to be bike weather for quite some time, although I see people riding bikes, and hats off to you in any kind of weather, not me. The beautiful sunshine for a good portion of the day. I don't think I have a whole lot of that coming in the 7-day forecast, and certainly not over the next 24 hours. I'm watching a system moving in right now. We're already seeing some very, very light snow flurries starting to develop in southern Spokane County down onto the Palouse. Have had a report of some light precipitation up around Republic. As we zoom in on our Doppler radar, there's not much yet wet. If you go down around Rockford, you'll find a few snow flurries south of Liberty Lake, but we are dry in Spokane right now, but not for long. That snow will begin developing later this evening and staying with us through the first part of the overnight before we start warming up to temperatures above freezing. Here's a look at our forecast snow. This is through Wednesday morning, but really we will stop accumulating snow in the middle of the night and then transition over to a rain-snow mix or just rain. So many locations that you see here that may get snow, it could be melted by the time you get up, depending on how early you rise and shine, especially with the windy conditions and the rain developing around the region. 37 degrees we will have warmed up to by 7 a.m. on our way to a high of 46, a little bit above average. I will be back with a lot more wet weather in the 7-day forecast and possibly beyond. That's coming up in just a few minutes, Derek.
Okay, we'll be listening. More trees will soon be planted around Coeur d'Alene, and time is running out if you want one in front of your home for free. It's part of the city's Relief CDA program. It offers street trees at no cost to improve the neighborhood. The city says these trees help with managing stormwater and reducing pollution. The deadline to apply for a free tree is March 29th. For more information, including how to apply, just look for this story on KXLY.com. Well, this is the extent of the damage inside Sparky's Sub Shop and Que Sabroso after an electrical system failure started a fire inside. Sparky's Subs has been around for 30 years, while Que Sabroso's owner was excited to finally open its doors after years of catering and other gigs. Now, both businesses have to rebuild everything. Bronte Saratsky shares their plans for what's next.
The owners of both Sparky's and Que Sabroso tell me that this is a nightmare they wish they could wake up from.
I've been working, to do this for the past 2.5 years.
Monica Sanders is a single mother who was excited to finally live out her dreams, opening her own Colombian restaurant. Years of hard work and excitement reduced to rubble before they could even take off.
All my inventory is gone, my to-go boxes, my catering equipment, everything is just damaged.
Last Monday, a fire started at Sparky's Subs, right next door to her business, Que Sabroso. She was still getting things ready to open by March 1st. Her insurance hadn't been set up yet, meaning she's starting everything over from scratch.
Really not much I can do right now, except, I don't know, maybe go get another job, but that doesn't fix what I have.
Both are closed for the near future.
This has been traumatizing. It's sad. You don't think 10 years is a lot, but when you put your heart and soul into something, it changes the game.
Sarsha has managed Sparky's for the last 10 years. It's played a major role in her life.
I had gotten sober and started working right after that.
Sparky's had insurance. Sarsha hopes to reopen in a few months. She's hoping the community can show extra love to Monica, who isn't as fortunate.
I just ask that people support her when she's able to open back up, because she didn't even get to open her doors.
Now, if you would like to help these business owners out, we'll have that information for you to do so up on our website, KXLY.com. Reporting in Spokane, Bronte Saratsky, 4 News Now.
Well, another local restaurant that says it's been struggling to make ends meet shared a new update today. Gordy's Szechuan Cafe on the South Hill shut down dine-in service last week and was only serving food for takeout. But today, Gordy's posted on social media that it will take steps to reopen its dining room. The restaurant says things are slowly getting back to normal thanks to support from the community. Gordy's plans to open the dining room for lunch service beginning on March 5th. Takeout and delivery will still be available at dinner time. Well, this is Kumiko, a single mom who paid off nearly $80,000 of debt in less than a year. Now she's made a successful career of helping others do the same. Kumiko is known as the budget mom to her millions of followers on social media. On platforms like Facebook, YouTube, and her blog, she shares strategies to take control of your finances. After pulling herself out of debt, I should say, and getting into financial freedom, Kumiko wanted to create a space where women like her could share their stories and cheer each other on.
It wasn't to start a business, it was to start a community of people who were going through the same thing so we could not feel as alone. Because finances and talking about money is really scary, and it can really feel like you're kind of isolated.
To hear Kumiko's budgeting strategies, you can go to our website, KXLY.com. Well, that is just one of the Money Makeover stories our Allison Martinez is covering this week. Tomorrow, she'll have tips on making college more affordable, including taking a look at all the new changes in the new FAFSA form. That's tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest, starting at 5 a.m. Speaking of the FAFSA, the Department of Education recently announced a change in how it calculates the amount of aid students will receive. Under the new approach, 7.3 million students are expected to be eligible for Pell Grants. The department is also going to send support personnel to lower resource schools to do needs assessments and help schools with student aid offered packages. Washington State football coach Jake Dickert sounds off on the college football playoff expansion. Part 2 of our interview with the Cougs head man next in sports. Stay with us. 4 News Now. We'll be right back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Missisquoi Casino Hotel is opening Friday, March 8th.
Frozen water pipes are a serious risk during cold winter weather. When water freezes in a pipe, it can be a disaster for your home and your wallet. If you're not properly prepared, don't wait until it's too late. At Mainstream, we know exactly what it takes to keep your family safe during the cold season. So call or visit us online today.
It only happens once every 4 years. So this week, Walker's Furniture is celebrating Leap Year with the biggest discounts of the year, where you can get unbeatable savings. Every bedroom set, dining room set, and comfortable sofas or sectionals, where you can take advantage of no-interest financing until next Leap Year with no money down. But you better hurry to save this big.
Because savings like these only happen every 4 years at Walker's.
How about you tell me the headlines? I'm a duly appointed special agent of the GBI. Get down! It's all good, Betty. No one's gonna mess with your choo-choos.
New Will Trent, tonight on ABC.
It's the Great Rate Reduction Sale this week at Dishman Dodge Ram Chrysler Jeep. And that means we are rolling back the interest rate to our lowest level in years on our large selection of slightly used trucks, cars, and SUVs.
Plus, with most vehicles sold, you'll get a 3-month, 3,000-mile powertrain warranty.
And with new shipments arriving daily, plus a 4.84 financing rate for 72 months, there's never been a better time to visit Dishman. Our region benefits abundantly from the Inland Northwest Wildlife Council. They promote programs for wildfire and wildlife rehabilitation and early hunters education and safety programs for youngsters. The Bighorn Outdoor Adventure Show is the largest fundraiser for the Wildlife Council. We encourage you to support these programs by attending the show March 14th through the 17th at the Spokane Fair and Expo Center. Tickets are available online at the door. You can enter to win them by going to the contest page at KXOY.com.
Next ET, John Cena's Hollywood advice for Travis Kelce.
This is the one misconception that a lot of people have.
Plus, Only We're with Max Schmerkovsky gearing up for baby number 3.
Next ET.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30. An Idaho inmate scheduled to die Wednesday by lethal injection. He's been on death row for decades. The last-minute push to save his life. And what does this whole case mean for Bryan Kohberger? Special coverage live from Boise this week on 4 News Now.
All right, take a look at this bulky black bear squeeze its way out from under a house in North Carolina. Apparently, the bear has been napping there for a while now, and since spring is almost here, it decided it was time to get out and have a little bit of a change of scenery. While it may feel like spring in North Carolina, the same cannot be said for here with snow on the way. Are we in like third winter now, I think? You know, we've had the false spring a couple times.
Yeah, we're paying for that mild winter with no sign of real nice spring weather coming in the forecast. 4 things to know about your forecast. Some snow this evening, then that's going to be turning to rain overnight, so it's going to be slushy for the morning commute in the valleys. Heavy mountain snow, and that's going to continue through Friday. Pass travel is going to be a challenge over the next few days and to be avoided if possible. Winds, gusty winds across the region. We have a wind advisory in effect for the Columbia Basin as well as the Okanagan Valley for tomorrow through Thursday morning. Wind gusts up to 55 miles per hour. We'll see windy conditions throughout the region. In Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, 45 mile per mile-per-hour gusts, but we are not meeting the advisory criteria. We meet the advisory for a winter weather advisory. The area shaded in purple. That goes through tomorrow morning, and it is for the slick morning commute in the valleys. The purple or pink shaded area is a winter storm warning that continues all the way through Thursday night for very heavy mountain snow measured in feet at most of the passes, not inches. Meanwhile, let's take a look at our forecast radar. We'll have that snow through the first part of the overnight, transitioning to rain sometime before the morning commute. Here's 7 o'clock tomorrow morning with rain through Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, certainly through the Columbia Basin, and more snow or a rain-snow mix in the northern panhandle and down through the central panhandle. Rain will continue through the day Wednesday. Really not going to get a break. I'm trying to figure out when I'm going to walk my dog. I'm going to have to download, well, I have the 4 News Now First Alert weather app downloaded, but I'm going to keep an eye on it for any breaks, but I don't know that we're going to get any. We have a 100% chance of measurable rain Wednesday and Thursday, raining almost continuously through that time, and then it will taper off a little bit, more hit and miss Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but may fall in the form of a rain-snow mix or snow. Here is a look at how much precipitation we are expecting for the next 5 days. It is one system after another, up to 2 inches of rain in Coeur d'Alene, gaining on that in Sandpoint, 3/4 of an inch in Spokane, 1.25 inches down in Moscow. Heavy precipitation. And our long-range forecast for March 6th through the 12th, we're in this light green area, so indicating a trend toward above average precipitation for that second week in March, and below average temperatures. That doesn't guarantee snow by that time of the year, but more mountain snow is a good bet. We certainly need that, but it is going to be rain for Wednesday and Thursday. The only snow we're going to get in the valleys will be this evening and through the first part of the overnight. Windy through Thursday too. Then we start cooling down. Friday, more of a rain snow mix or just snow showers. That will continue Saturday, Sunday, back to a rain snow mix on Monday and Tuesday. And you'll notice overnight lows down in the 20s, except for Wednesday night into Thursday in the 40s. So we've got quite an active weather pattern. I think by the end of this 7-day forecast, it will have felt more like late winter than early spring, though, Derek.
Yeah, no doubt, Chris. Thank you. Well, we are now 186 days away from the start of the college football season. Washington State's schedule will look a little bit different this year as part of that scheduling alliance with the Mountain West Conference. Cougars head coach Jake Dickert spoke with sports director Julian Minnesone about the 2024 season and how WSU fits into the ever-changing college football landscape.
As you take a look at the schedule here, I mean, what sticks out to you?
I think the biggest thing is, I think our administration does an amazing job of Texas Tech being at home is going to be an amazing football game. It's Hall of Fame weekend. Excited about what that's going to be and what that type of crowd is. Obviously, the Apple Cup being in Lumen Field. From our players to our fans to a lot of our recruits, they're very excited about going out there and playing in Lumen Field. And just going to be a little bit different doing that game in September. And then obviously, as you go throughout the other slate of games, it's going to be different challenges. I spent 3 years in that league. Understand, it isn't just easy to go on the road and play out of Boise, to play out of Fresno, but excited about that. And bottom line is, I can't wait for our fans to pack Giesa Field 6 times out of the year. I still get goosebumps thinking about running out of that tunnel at Wisconsin game or with Oregon State and what that means to our football players and our program. So we need you, Cougs.
You have an in-state rival that just went to a national championship game. I know all the games in here you circle on the calendar, but is that one circled, if they're all in black ink, that one in red?
Well, it's not about them, it's about us, all right? But the Apple Cup is a long-standing tradition that what I love about it is splits households all throughout our state. And going back to even this Apple Cup, obviously a worthy opponent. They had a lot on the line last year. We had a lot on the line last year. It was as loud as it can be. Game went back and forth. It's just amazing what it means to our program, our fans, and really what it means to our players. There's a lot of talk about not playing that game. And it came back to our players want to play this game. Okay, we got a national opponent. We got our in-state rival. It's something that needs to carry on that tradition, and we're excited about bringing that Apple Cup back to Pullman.
Next year, there's going to be a new college football playoff format, 12 teams, 5 highest-ranked conference champions, 7 at-large bids. Where does WSU fit into that equation and ultimately trying to get to that spot?
Well, I think the biggest thing, that's the focus of not just our program, but every program. Conference affiliations or not, that is the goal of every program that really is out there right now. So with our schedule, we know what we have to do. And I think President Schultz has done an amazing job. Obviously, Pat Chun is now on the CFP board. You got to go out there and win a bunch of games. And when you do that, you stack up a bunch of wins, there's a lot of things that can be happening. But it's about being one of those 7 at-large bids. We have the schedule to do it. You just got to take it one game at a time.
And last thing for you, mentioned President Schultz. He's been very vocal about pro Pac-12, obviously. Yeah. You mentioned Pat Chun being on the CFP board. How does having a voice in the room help, knowing that they understand your position?
Well, I think leadership in general, anytime you go through change, you got one of two things to put your energy towards, either fighting the old or building the new. I think these two men have done an amazing job of working as much as possible on building the new and what Washington State athletic looks like in the future. And that's building a great Pac-12. What that looks like, I don't know. I'm not privy to all those conversations. But just excited about the people in the room, where Washington State athletics is going, and how football is going to be a vital part of it.
That's Washington State head coach Jake Dickert. Spring football is almost here. The Cougs are going to be exciting. Check them out at Giesa Field. Jake, thank you.
I appreciate it. Go Cougs.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
The President's Day Super Sale at Furniture Row has been extended, so there's still time to save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Check out special purchases while they last, plus 6 years, no interest. But hurry, the extended President's Day Super Sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
Hi, they assigned me to work with you, Miss...
Right, but you can call me Miranda.
You're... me.
Yeah, if you take the next step.
How?
Work here during the day, go to school at night. It's so worth it.
Explore elementary education online or in person. Now accepting applications. Face your future with Whitworth University Adult Education Programs.
So what do you think about these?
We like this.
Yeah, we love that.
When it's time for an update or complete remodel, Rebath is with you every step of the way.
We're going to take everything down to the
From design and products to removal and installation, we handle the entire process to create a beautiful and functional bathroom for whatever your life needs.
Honey, you were right. Turned out.
Rebath, with you every step of the way. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,500 off your complete bathroom remodel.
Another great project in the books. The 4 News Now Extreme team, along with Horizon Credit Union and the volunteers, have transformed Women Helping Women's Fund's new office spaces. We couldn't thank them enough. So many volunteers, again, a lot of them, brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
It's Coeur d'Alene Casino's Core Stars Entertainment Series. 38 specials, timeless blast of Southern rock hits. Live Thursday, April 18th.
Damn straight.
Don't miss Scotty McCreery, one of country music's biggest stars, live Thursday, May 2nd. It's No Holds Barred Entertainment at King of the Cage, featuring upcoming MMA stars on Thursday, June 13th. Visit CDAcasino.com to buy your tickets now and check out the full Core Stars lineup.
Winning is just the beginning.
He was a university high school freshman who needed extra attention, but the person hired to help him violated him instead. Where is that paraeducator now? How much did the school have to pay? And why wasn't this case enough to stop it from happening again? Watch Thursday, only on 4 News Now at 6.
It's the extended President's Day Super Sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Or check out the Summit Queen for only $299.99, plus 6 years no interest and free shipping. Hurry, the extended President's Day Super Sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
4 News Now is brought to you by End the Violence.
Welcome back. New developments in the fight over in vitro fertilization treatments in Alabama following the state Supreme Court's ruling that frozen embryos are indeed considered children. Now, the governor is supporting a new law that says the exact opposite. This as the Biden administration is meeting today with affected families after some IVF providers have paused procedures in the state. ABC's Melissa Adan has more.
Lawmakers in Alabama now working to protect IVF services following the controversial ruling by Alabama's Supreme Court concerning frozen embryos. Alabama's Governor Kay Ivey aiming to remove the uncertainty for IVF clinics.
And I anticipate having a bill on my desk very shortly, while ensuring that the legislature has time to get this right.
The federal government also responding to the ruling from the Alabama Supreme Court saying frozen embryos are considered children. Several clinics in the state paused treatments as a result, causing uncertainty for many families.
I still have one embryo remaining after, like I said, multiple retrievals, and I don't know if my family is complete at this point. So right now I'm in very much limbo.
Health and Human Services Secretary Javier Becerra in Alabama today, meeting with families affected by the decision.
We're trying to figure out at the federal level what we can continue to do to try to be supportive of people who want to access their health care rights.
The fallout could impact women and families across the country.
After Roe v. Wade was overturned, actually even before then, when Donald Trump promised to only appoint justices who would overturn it, I warned that red states would come for IVF, and now they have.
Illinois Senator Tammy Duckworth now among Senate Democrats leading efforts to establish a statutory right to access assistive reproductive technologies, including IVF. Recently, Alabama's Attorney General stating he has no intention of prosecuting IVF families or providers. Alabama's biggest hospital, one of 3 clinics, stopping IVF and telling ABC it cannot commit to restarting treatments until the state Supreme Court reconsiders its opinion or legislation is passed. Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
All right, as we head to another break, here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
A lake in the driest place on planet Earth? Whee! Next, Inside Edition, the strange new lake in Death Valley, appearing out of nowhere.
What do you do when Death Valley is flooded with water? Break out the kayak.
How long before it vanishes? Then, mystery over the disappearance of the American husband and wife vacationing on their boat in the Caribbean. Next, Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
Want free college or career training? It's possible.
The time to buy is now. Yes, RV show pricing continues at R&R RV in North Spokane. Over 125 RVs are indoors at 525 East Francis. You'll save thousands with rebates and show discounts on Cougar, Rockwood, Montana, Class B vans, and more. Everything show priced. Don't shop in the cold. Shop over 125 RVs indoors now at R&R RV in North Spokane, 525 East Francis. Online at rnrrv.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'll get right to the point. It's the extended President's Day Super Sale at Denver Mattress.
Madam President, what's that mean for the average American?
It means saving $100 off every $1,000 you spend.
And purple?
With bipartisan support, we've allocated up to $800 off adjustable mattress sets.
And how will the people pay for these so-called savings?
Try 6 years, no interest, and free shipping. Hurry, the extended President's Day Super Sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
I'm a little over my head here.
We can certainly take care of that for you. When you're looking for a company that's noteworthy, look no further than Mainstream Electric.
The day you get your Clear Choice dental implants makes every day a let's dig in day, a chow down day, a take a big bite day, a perfectly delicious day, a love my new teeth day. Because your Clear Choice Day is the day everything is back on the menu. A Clear Choice Day changes every day. Schedule a free consultation. 4 News Now is brought to you by Rebath Spokane.
Well, as we've been saying all night, we have snow on the way. Our passes are already getting hit really hard with snow. Kwame Pass getting a good chunk of snow. Stevens Pass still closed for avalanche control right now. And Chris, everyone's wondering when we're going to see it here in the valleys.
It is going to be just any time now. In fact, let's take a look at Colfax. You could see the snow in progress there. Nothing sticking yet, but it will be. Here's a look at our Doppler radar. That light snow will develop later this evening, really pick up for a while around midnight, and then turn to rain. So these snowfall totals, you may have to get up at 2 in the morning to measure and get that amount, because it's going to melt. Okay, you'll take my word for it?
Yes.
I could make up anything, man. Just assume that's right.
All right, thanks for being with us. We'll be back at Nightside at
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app. See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.